Okay guys, we're going to do something different. This is Friday night 9 ball this week. Of course it's Friday, need I say more. But we're going to do something slightly different. The tournament's well underway, we've got matches finishing and we've got results in the lobby. But let's look around the brackets. And we'll use the feature on the brackets to jump into a couple of the matches and see what's happening. We've got a little symbol here. You'll notice where my little hand has appeared, and when the little hand appears, that means you can click whatever it is. So if I want to click that little symbol there, because that match is just starting, so there's nothing much happening there. There's one there as well. Let's have a look down here. Well, here's one in the loser's side that's underway. We'll click on that, and immediately that takes us into the room. And we're looking at the score here, so it's a loser's side match. It's a race to 5, I think, on the loser's side, or is it a race to 4? I can't remember. But player 2, who's gun it, is getting 3 racks. And he's up by 3 racks to 2 at the moment in this match against Larry. Now let's go back to the bracket. And let's have a look at this match. And this is on the winner's side, and this is Fashionez versus Fritz. And we'll click on the little, I think it's a little eye symbol. We'll click on that one and we'll immediately jump into that room. And so Fashionez is getting 4 racks of a start in this match. That's the maximum handicap, because he's a 1700 rated player and Fritz is 2000, almost 2200, and he's played a good safety there, but he's got a big ask ahead of him to try and win this match. He's got to win all the remaining racks. So there's a long way to go in this match if Fritz begins to get a run together. Let's head back to the bracket. Oops. And see what else is going on. Well, there's quite a close match going on at the moment. We've got Sorgi playing Stefan, and let's drop into that room. Just taking a little second to join. Whenever there's a slight delay in joining a room, it's usually because the balls are still rolling on the table and the game is actually syncing up. So Stefan was getting 2 racks in this match. Again, this is on the winner's side. So we've rejoined this winner's side match between Fashionez and Fritz, and Fashionez, who is from Algeria, which is in North Africa, is playing Fritz, who is from Germany. And now Fash is up by 6 racks to 3. Remember, he was getting 4 racks of a start, so he only needs to win one more rack to win the match and send Fritz over to the loser's side. Incidentally, the loser's side is a race to 4, not 5. and he's overhit that by just a couple of inches, and he's got to be careful with the cue ball. If he wants to run it round the corner, he's going to be close to the corner pocket. He's okay, plenty of room. Just played it more or less plain ball, maybe a little bit of left English here to send it round the corner a bit. And so Fritz wins another rack and brings the deficit back to just 2. Gets the ball in the break, and that was quite a nice kiss by the, I think that's a 2 ball on the 1, left him straight on the 1 ball, and a nice angle to pot the 2 and get the cue ball back out for the 3. And you'll see at the bottom of the screen other results are coming in. Sorgate against Stefan in a winner's side match, and Stefan, or a first round match, Stefan wins by 7 racks to 5. Let's have a look. That might be a first round match, I'm not sure. No, it's a second round match. So the pressure's all on Fritz. He can't make a mistake. He's got to run these balls, and this is an awkward one. Things can always go wrong when you're cutting them like this, but he's got it clean. Now really just needs to get the cue ball out into the heart of the table, and he's fallen short because his cue ball's going to be running away from the 9. Now what does he do? Does he play this with inside English, right hand side, to check the cue ball off the side rail, send it back out into the middle for the 9, or does he go round the corner off a couple of rails? Let's see what he does. Well, he's went round the corner and he's weighted that quite nice. A reasonable shot on the 9. And Fritz is creeping ever closer to Fashionez, who still leads by 6 racks to 5. And Fashionez has the break because this is alternate break. It's not winner breaks. And Fashionez just arrived in the VP4 lobby this week. Former Virtual Pool 3 player, but he hasn't yet purchased any cues, so he's still playing with a house cue. He's got no break cue, so he isn't able to get a lot of power in the break shots. Well, that 4 and 6 ball looking to be sitting there quite handily as a combination shot, and that's provided he can get from the 2 onto the 3 in such a way that he can actually get the cue ball down for the 4. So let's see how he does. And I think that's gone wrong. Yep. And we'll be looking to just possibly just play a thin safety. Now that may have changed things. Let's have a look at the 4 and the 6. Yep, they're no longer a combo, so that's going to be the problem ball before they can finish this rack. Meanwhile, Fash is going to kick off the side rail, and hopefully for him he'll hit the 3 ball. He's failed to do so. And Fritz is looking at the possibility here on this 6, but this 6 ball is running away from the corner pocket, so he's got to look at a way at trying to push the cue ball into these, which he can do if he follows through off the side rail and kick into them. Well, unfortunately he's got the split, but he's got the cue ball tied right behind the 6. He's more than likely going to, I don't know whether he's got enough room, but he's going to try a jump shot. Let's look at it from here. Of course, he's going to leave himself very difficult on the 5, should he even get the 4. And he's just decided to play the deliberate foul, and that tactic means that he's given his opponent ball in hand and really forcing Fashionez to attempt the run out to win the match. And I don't think he should be playing that shot, but he's played it right though. I would have taken the 4 the opposite way. That way there's less risk of things going wrong, but he's got away with it. But he now needs to roll through far enough on this 5 ball and leave himself a nice angle on the 7. Of course, the problem is preventing himself hooking himself on this 8. And it's difficult to say. I mean, he could try and move it. I think he's got enough angle there to try and move it, but it is he going to try a reverse bank, as I call it? And he's used far too much power, and I think he's sold out. Fritz will just cut this 8 ball in. Good pace in the cue ball to come off the side rail across to the other side rail and back across to the 9, and that should be fairly a simple ask to just roll this down the rail, and that ties the match up at 6 racks all. Meanwhile, we've had another result in from the loser's side. Larry has beaten Henning by 4 racks to 3. So now we're at Hill. It's 6 racks all, and Fritz is breaking, and the 9 ball's got a big kick there. Unfortunately for Fashionez, it hasn't gone in, but also Fritz got no luck, no ball dropped, and Fashionez has got not enough power in the house cue to draw that cue ball back, so he's really restricted in the power that he can get into the cue ball. And I don't think he's covered it, has he? Let's look at it from player's point of view. No, I think he can see enough, even with a bit of, he might not even need to swerve it. I think he can see the edge. Well, maybe not, but he's played a good safety. The 6 balls doing a blocking job down the rail there, as well as the 8 at the far end. Now, that's just not recommended. Very little thought went into that shot, and he's just given Fritz a real good opportunity to clinch the match here. Just first of all, one of the balls that was tied up on the side rail, he's already just moved it, but Fritz decided to refuse the shot. Now, he may live to regret that. That was a good opportunity to run out, and he refused it, and I don't know what his thinking is. I think the edge of this too is sticking out, yeah. So now, after that poor safety by Fashionez, Fritz has now got the opportunity to run out. He just proves to be a bit patient, but I think he's now, for some strange reason, looking to get a 3-fill on Fashionez. And I think there's room off that left side rail to hit the 2. So that's 1 fill. He's going to move this cue ball all over the table. He's looking for an angle to try and get behind this 4 and 8 ball. I think that's what he's trying to do, or trying to send the 2 ball over there. So now he's decided to pot the 2. And he's cueing awkwardly over these 2 balls. Got a long straight 3. And this could get ugly if it ran. I think he's still okay. And does the 5 pass the 6? Yes, it does. Plenty of room there. And he's caromed the 6 in anyway, so he's cleared the pocket. Again, he can play this with reasonable power to come off that rail and the side rail and back out for the 7 again. Just needs to watch the collision in the 9. Oh dear. Now that is a very poor shot, and Fashionez really needs to take his time. He's got a golden opportunity here. Just needs to get the cue ball out to get a shot in this 7, and he's okay. And again, just roll the 7 in. And he's going to have to get a bit braver here, because he really needs to get the cue ball across to give him any sort of chance on this 9. And he's made a hash of the 8. Got the cue ball out, but forgot to pot the 8. And that this time might be his last shot in this match. But it's his first loss, so it'll take him to the loser's side, provided Fritz clears up. And it's all over now. So Fashionez can't say he wasn't given a chance. He was given an unexpected lifeline there and couldn't take it. But that's the difference in standard here. You know, we're talking about one very experienced player and one player who's just virtually new to the game, but Fritz wins the match by 7 racks to 6. Right, so now we've just dropped in on another loser's side match in a race to 4 in this week's Friday Night 9 Ball, and this time it's Free Ball, who's playing against Dizzle, who, if my memory serves me right, yeah, we've got 2 Englishmen playing each other, and Dizzle will be the favourite, although Dizzle's playing a very experienced virtual pool player in Free Ball. He's been around for years, and maybe the years are catching up on him. That was a bad miss on the 3 ball. And if you notice, Free Ball, having been given a rack of a start in this match, he's won the first rack, so he's now got a 2-0 lead. And just like Fritz in the last match, the pressure's on Dizzle, because if he does make the odd mistake, Free Ball's more than capable of capitalising on it. But he doesn't want to make too many misses like he did in that 3 ball there. And just a fairly simple roll across the table with the 6 ball. Cue ball's heading towards the 8. Oh, that was a risky shot. That really was risky. He should have played that dead weight, and he's given himself more problems here. Okay, he'll probably cut it in. He actually controlled it fairly well, but again, that's just giving himself problems. I keep talking about keeping things simple. Okay, if you want to show off and play some fancy shots, fair enough. But it could be a downfall. As it is, he does clinch the rack. And we've got a ball down in the break, but no shot in the 1. What does Free Ball do? Does he try and hide the cue ball, or is he going for the bank? Well, he's gone for the bank and left himself probably no other option than another long bank on the 2. And this looks to be coming off the rail. Is it going to catch it? Yeah, it goes in. That looked very close, but he's got the double bank. And this would hurt Dizzle, and again collides with the 6. Poor position, and he's leaving himself to try and pull out these awkward shots to keep the run going, which he does. And this time, got to get that cue ball all around the table for this 7. And that looks okay. So now, just to simplify things, he just needs to roll the 7 in, try and get the cue ball off the side rail a bit, which he has done. That's pretty good. And now it's just about feeling away at the shot, because he can pot the 8 ball and run the cue ball off the end rail. Reasonably good weight. He would have wanted it another inch or 2, but that's okay. That's more than acceptable. And oh, that was close. It wiped its feet, has gone in, and he leads by 3 racks to 1. Well, the 7 ball was close in going in there, but no luck. And well, the tough shot here's not only potting the 3 but getting onto that 4 ball, and he needs to get the cue ball back down the right hand side of the table as we look, which he's done, but he looks to be, has he overhit it a bit? I think he's okay. In fact, he's pretty nigh perfect. Got a reasonable angle on the 4. You might want to come off 2 rails here, the left side rail and the right side rail, to try and drop on the end rail for the 5. Let's see if he does. Or is he going to draw it up? He just tried to stun it up. And that's not bad either. Again, I would just be dropping the 6 ball into the middle. Don't need to do any heroics with the cue ball. Now there's a nice angle there. You can cut the 7 down the rail, take the cue ball off the side rail inside the 8 ball and bounce out for the 8, which is negotiated well. And a simple 8 ball and drop the cue ball over on the side rail for the 9. So that was a competent run out there by Dizzle. He needed it. And he also now has the break in this rack. So the match is now standing at 3 racks to 2. Free ball on the hill. Remember, this is a loser side match. Oh dear. Dizzle gets a ball in the break, but he also accompanies it with the cue ball. And let's see what Ron's made of, provided he takes his time. He's just slightly the wrong angle in this too. Maybe want to use the 8 just to... Oh no, he's okay. Thought he might use the 8 to hold for the sorry, that's not the 8, that's the 4. My eyes are terrible. The 8's down the table. And again, he could probably drop the 4 in. And has a nice angle here on this 5. Drop it into the middle, send the cue ball past the right hand side of the 8 as we look at it. And he's leaving himself a longish cut down the rail, but it should go. I mean, there's plenty of room between the 6 ball and the rail. He's travelled a bit too far for comfort here. Pressure's on. Cue ball will come round the corner nicely if he plays it with a reasonable pace. And of course, there's your problem. He just, just left that awkward angle, and that always puts doubt on the shot. And I think in a second or two we're going to be looking at hill here. 3 racks all. So free ball had his chance, and when mistakes are made, the quality of the guys, especially this guy Dizzle, will make you pay for your mistakes. And that was just a push out. A little bit of tippy tapping here, trying to hide the cue ball and the object ball. Of course, the problem in Virtual Pool 4 is that that 5 and 9 ball are sitting there and they're perfect to tuck the cue ball behind. Well, that's went all awry there. What I was going to say is that he could have tried to tuck the cue ball behind the 5 and the 9, but unless you get it tight right up against one of those balls, Dizzle would have just jumped it anyway. But as it is, he played a poor safety, got the double kiss, I think it was. And now with the calibre of Dizzle, I would expect him to run out this rack. The problem ball is the 5. Obviously, it's not blocked or anything, but it's very adjacent to the 9, and free ball will be actually flaming with that shot. And Dizzle missed the 4 into the right corner, and of course it flukes into the left middle. So he did brush the 5, and that's gone all awry as well for Dizzle. He's got no shot in the 6. Sitting right on top of the 6 ball, just going to tap it to the rail. And free ball has no option but to go for the cross bank, but he's not attempted it, and I think at this stage in the match it could be a sellout, but at the same time it could have been the winning shot, and he might live to regret that as well. And I don't think Ron's got much patience for this tip tapping stuff. He's more than likely going to make the move first. Yeah, he's made the move, and that may well be his last shot. He may just stun the cue ball there where the 7 is and pop the 7 down into the top left. And the 8's quite close to the rail, but he should just be able to drop it in dead weight and keep the cue ball more or less adjacent to the 9 to finish the match off. And so Dizzle lives to fight another day. He wins by 4 racks to 3.